It's like every single time. It really is. It is an every single time thing now. I'm just it just is what it is. I'm gonna go with it. I'm going to just let it be what it is. Because why not? Um let's see, what else do I have? Okay, I think I have everything. Going to act like we got this together. We're good. Okay. All right. Okay, hold on. Let me press this one button here. Okay. I think that's everything. It's always something. It's like always. Oh, I forgot to open the chat. Okay, let's see. I'm going to open the chat on the off chance that, somebody wants to chat along with me. And there was one other thing that I forgot to check that I'm going to check now because I forgot. And I get it. I forgot. I'm not going to even, but I'm going to check it right now while I'm basically, sitting here with y'all, because what else do I have going on, right? We're going to go, no, not that. Okay, hold on. I am going to have to go there. Okay, so what I'm checking right now is just to make sure that nobody, because sometimes I miss it. Sometimes I miss it. I want to make sure. No, okay, good. Okay, we're good. We're golden. Because sometimes bad is good and good is bad, but we're going to go with this. I'm opening back up my notes, okay? Because the notes are going to be important on this one. What are we doing? What are we doing? This is indeed the 2024 Metaphysical Mondays recap, okay? I've done enough videos now. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. But I have now done enough videos that I feel like this year I was able to get a recap on. And so I'm going to get the recap going with this year. I'm starting. So this will be like the first, we're going to call this like the inaugural Metaphysical Mondays recap will be, with this one. That's how we're going to do this. Okay. So I've got YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, everybody. Okay. Hello, my loves. I am Asia, the Soulful Creatrix, also known as Dr. Asia. Still not a regular, MD doctor, still just Doctor of Souls types things, okay? And I basically help empower my clients to align with their true self after suffering some type, or after dealing with some type of trauma, soul wound, or chaos that happened in their life. And I do this metaphysically with mostly sound and energy healing. And I also do some spiritual guidance, and I call it consulting sessions. So that is what I do. I'm also a 4-6 mental projector, if that means anything to any of you in the human design world. And if you're in the human design world, it should mean something to you, because then that would mean, hey, come find me if you need the answers, if you're looking for a way to do something better. And if you are looking for somebody who's going to give it to you straight, no chaser, honest, that's your girl. It's me. Okay. So here we are. It is the last Monday, the last week. This is the 30th. I mean, here we are, and 2024 is closing down. Okay, I'm excited about that. I'm not gonna lie. 2024 was hella hard. Super hard, like super hard, okay? Mucho difícil, okay? Very, very, muy difícil, okay? Very hard, okay? And I think that it was supposed to be hard for many reasons. I think that we all had to go through some stuff. I like to think about how numerologically 2024 being an 8-year, it's like a build and destroy type thing, right? Like you're going to make some great stuff. In order to make the great things, you got to chop off some other stuff. Like things gonna have to happen, build, destroy, you know what I mean? And so I was like, hey, you know what I want to do is kind of like recap what happened to us. So we're all like, if you're like me, we're just sitting around like, what the fuck happened? It was a lot. It was a lot. I feel like I aged significantly just watching the year go by, right? So if you're like me, you're like, what the hell happened? How did we get here? Okay, just on so many different levels. Where did it come from? How did we get here? Um, and so, I decided I wanted to reflect not only on astrologically, how we got here astrologically. Hey, let me know where you're from. Chat with me, okay? If you're gonna watch, you might as well chat, okay? But yeah, and if you have questions, because what I'm going to do is throughout today's stream, I'll answer questions, especially if it's about something that I talked about over the year. And as you'll see, I talked about a lot of shit over this year, okay? I did a lot, okay? But not okay, I don't know. Let's see. Uh let's see what happens here if it comes back. Hey girl, you're stuck. Yes, thank you. Yes, I was indeed stuck. Yeah, I was. Now I was indeed stuck. I don't know what happened. But I'm back. I'm back again. And I think that it's really just all of the energies wanting to go in and converge on what happened this year, because it was insane, just like I guess this live stream will be kind of insane. I don't know, maybe I can like edit that little part out. I don't know, do I want to? No, because it's kind of like that's what the year was like, you know what I mean? But I don't want to just talk like astrologically, because we had some crazy astrological events, okay? But I kind of want to take it in a more personal and embodied way, kind of like I do everything. I know y'all feel like Asia can't get through giving us something without making it an embodied, how do we use this information to work for us? That's me, right? How do I use this information to work for me, right? So I kind of want to give like what it meant for us, like what it changed, what it felt like, the energy that happened, the shift that happened, and like I said, if you have questions or you got anything you want to kind of throw it in there, I will answer it along the way. I only have an hour because I don't like making long videos, so I'm going to try and do the best that I can with all of that. And then if I have time at the end, I will give the energy, the weather update, basically, in human design terms for this week that ends on January 5th, right? So, like the transit that we're in right now until January 5th and what that means. Okay, so stay tuned, get to the end. I'll give that part at the end. Okay. That being said, here we are. All right. So everybody felt like 2024 was going to be like this crazy, crazy year. And I mean, that's just kind of how it works. Like in astrological terms, and I'm not an astrologer, remember that. Everybody kind of knows when like a year is about to go kind of insane. I'm going to find this one picture because I feel like this picture kind of gives the what people felt like 2024 was gonna be like, So I'm gonna open this one up. There it is. Not that one. Okay. We're closing out all of that. We don't need none of that now. All right. And then I'm going to share it. Why? Because I can. Okay. And that's just how it works. I don't need that. All right. Where's my share? Where my screen at? Where my screen go? In the window. There it is. Okay. So this is what 2024. This is where people thought 2024 was going. Okay. The year of transcendent leadership, right? Like this was going to be the year that we all, saw like new people that were like following, new influencers, new key, makers. Oh, seriously? New, the dogs now, new, key makers in like their industries, new titans just kind of coming up, and it would seem like they would come from nowhere, right? So, like these new leaders that would, just gonna, just come up out of nowhere. Are they okay? Okay. Either somebody's coming in, I don't know. We'll have to see. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, 2024 was kind of like the forecast of this like year of the transcendent leader. Now, knowing what I know now, that like, jokes on me, right? That the, transcendent leader, and it was basically going to be like people who were coming kind of out of nowhere, that we did not expect to take on leadership roles. I kind of, I should, anyway, I'm not going to talk about politics, okay? But I guess it is part of what it is, okay? People were wanting, people, apparently the energy is, let's go with people who really don't have any real qualifications. I don't know, okay? But here we are. The year of transcendent leadership, this idea that each of us has within us what we need in order to push forward our voice, our what is that called? Our message, and that it was going to basically open up for us, these opportunities to do so. And, if you're like me, then yeah, you probably did get like, I got a couple of bumps, my whole business kind of changed from what it was at the beginning. And then we'll talk about that later. Right. So, I can see where transcendent leadership was going with this year. Okay. So we started off with knowing that, first of all, we knew there were going to be 3 eclipses. You're going to hear my dogs. I don't know. They need to be in like every video. It's crazy. But we knew we were going to get like 3 eclipses, right? Like we knew that there were going to be some awesome eclipses. We knew for a fact that there was going to be this crazy shift that happens when Pluto leaves out of Capricorn and goes into Aquarius, eventually. Like we knew these things were going to happen. And then we knew that there was going to be another eclipse, the actual soul, like the eclipse in Pisces, right? That was supposed to happen at the end of the year. Okay, so these things we knew, right? But now looking back on it all, it's like, what did that mean? Like, what did it mean for us, going through it? So I'm going to start with Pluto moving into Aquarius. I have to look at my notes. Okay. And Pluto did this crazy dance thing, right? Where it went into Aquarius. It went into Aquarius a little bit. Then it jumped out of Aquarius and it moved back into Aquarius at the end of the year, right? Pluto spent 19 something years. I mean, it was crazy amount of time in like, I think since like 2008 or something. I don't even know. In Capricorn. Okay. And when we think about that, the financial things that happen, the crazy, the downplay of, the blow up of like the pandemic, like all of these things aligned with like a Pluto in Capricorn. The idea of like, where's our money going? How are we making these, financial decisions, who's making the financial decisions? Like there was like all of these kind of like blow ups over, who is doing what with the money, basically, right? And then there was, hold on, let me make sure I'm saying this part right. Did I not put it in? Oh, maybe I didn't. I don't know. I mean, we got there. No. Maybe I put it in twice. Who knows? Anyway, yeah, I did. I put it in twice. Okay, so then we ended up with like the shift where Pluto stays into Aquarius, and I'm gonna mess it up because I didn't write it down when it happened. Hold on. I want to say, November 19th. There you go. Yeah, because it was like it just happened. Okay. Where Pluto takes its final, okay, I'm here, I'm good, I'm in Aquarius now, right? November 19th. Okay. So it was like the end of the year. And we see this shift in how we are getting our information. Oh my gosh. And like how we are getting our information. Like, are we, and how we're choosing what we're getting, what we're getting in our information, right? Rules kind of being thrown out, right? What is real versus what is not. And that's because that Aquarius energy, and we all know an Aquarius in our life, right? Who is just like, not even human half the time. Like they're kind of like in la la land with like their thinking, and we're like, I don't get you. And they're like, you're not supposed to get me, human. I'm an Aquarius. You know what I mean? I'm far beyond and above you. And when it comes to all mental and emotional capacities, right? I joke, but I'm kind of right. No, out. I'm about to give away my dog. That's it. I'm giving her away. I'm calling Peggy Adams back. So it's that kind of like mindset. And Pluto kind of brings out this, we're going to cast light on shadow type of a situation, right? We're going to transform it, so we get this like feelings of, did what I used to think, does it still exist? Guys, out. Is what I used to think, did it still exist? Leave him alone. Devin, can you please make her leave him alone? Are you really? Because I haven't. Oh, well, I mean, now everybody knows what I'm doing here. Me being live don't matter. So like there's this like, I lost my track. I now have lost my train of thought. Okay, I'm back. But there is this like, the shift in, is what we really thought really true? You know what I mean? And, that's that thinking that, shining light and taking out of the shadows things that you might not have actually thought were true before, but now you're like, okay, let's think that they are true, and maybe they actually do align with what I'm really supposed to be doing. You know what I mean? So that's Pluto in Aquarius, and that's going to be, now that's one of the biggest shifts, because it's going to be like this for about 20 years. Like 19 years. Pluto, I mean, this is basically the next era that we are in when we're talking about, our communication styles, our, how we're relating to each other, and how, what we're getting, how we're getting our information. That all is going to pretty much be the way it is right now. Like if you're sitting there right now and you're like, I don't get it. Why is blah 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 the way it is? This is the get used to it moment. Okay, we're gonna get used to it. Okay, this is that. What is it? We listen and we don't judge. This is the we listen and we don't judge. Okay, this is just, we're gonna get used to it. Okay, and getting used to it is actually one of the better ways to deal with it, because changing something that you really can't change, something on such a large level that you can't change, sometimes the best way to do it is to kind of get used to it and kind of move on and change you, versus trying to change that out there. So my mantra became, it's 2024, anything's possible. She has literally decided that right now is the time that she wants to go crazy, because I'm sitting here now inside of Alive. You know what I mean? It's kind of insane. Can you put her in the crate? Okay. Yeah, so it's kind of insane. I don't know how she's decided this, but you know, she takes the time. She's like, oh, my opportunity has arisen, and here we are. All right. So the next thing I want to talk about. Oh, okay. So we had an eclipse in Pisces, and the eclipse in Pisces happened on September 17th. But we had been talking about like Pisces and the way that Pisces has been kind of doing like its own, it's doing its thing, you know, living in our lives now kind of rent free for, I don't know, since 2015 or something. So something like that, 2015. I don't know. So we have been talking about, you know, this Pisces thing, you know, forever, right? And it was another key shift, if this makes sense. It was another key shift that had us moving into, where are our boundaries? What are we allowing? What are we, what won't we allow, right? You know, we were, you know, kind of like this, you know, key moment. Like Pisces had like all of these different movements and transits that happen. You know, like was it Saturn was in Pisces? Saturn is in Pisces now for like 3 years, right? And have Neptune in Pisces until the end of, or 2026 or so, you know. So there's this like, Saturn and Neptune are really like, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes. You know what I mean? And coming through in like this Pisces energy where, you know, we're like, okay, what is it with my emotions? You know, how am I feeling? You know, what is this? What is my body and my soul aligning? Is my soul aligning with what I want? You know, this kind of, you know, and again, you know, Pisces, right? Because they're probably the ones that are sitting there, you know, really just deep in on the emotions of it all. Not as emotional as a Cancer, I will say that. As the smarter of the emotional water sign, Scorpio, I'm going to just say it, okay? Cancer, way out there. Pisces is more like a brooding kind of like, you know, river kind of like emotion, right? Like let's flow, you know. Anyway, I digressed. But there's this, you know, this big shift in like how we want to feel things, how our boundaries are going to work, where the boundaries are going to be. Like, did the boundaries move? Right? Like, did your boundaries move at all? You know, have you decided, oh, yeah, I wasn't going to allow this, but now I think it's okay. I mean, it's not that bad. I mean, yeah, you know what I mean? And it kind of goes in with, you know, the you know, you end up with like a lot of like conservative groups that are like, well, anything goes now, you know? Well, yeah, technically, because there was a lot of shifting that happens in the energy in the world. There's been a lot of like movement towards allowance, and like where our boundaries are going to be versus where we're going to, like, where will we like draw the line? Who knows at this point, right? But there, yeah, there was this, the eclipse on September 17th. It was, you know, like a partial lunar eclipse, and it begins this whole like shift where we're like on this, you know, Virgo Pisces, you know, let's heal the body, let's heal the soul, let's start thinking about what this means, you know, for me, you know, type feeling, you know. We might actually see like a bunch of like martyr movements. Yeah, I mean, I can see that. I can see that. Yeah. There's like martyr movements. I was talking to my client yesterday, day before yesterday, and I was like, let's not move in. I might be trying to help my clients not get martyr movement, you know, type stuff going. Like, I'll be like, no, maybe not. Okay. But this idea of my soul is so fraught with passion about how something should be that I'm putting it out there. There's a lot of that. There's going to be a lot more of that between now and like, you know, 2026, like as we're like moving in, as things, you know, are really just kind of settling in, like all this kind of just happened. So we're like settling in on it. Okay. And again, how did that feel for you? How does it feel to know that maybe the emotions that you're having are pointing you in a direction towards like where your true passion is, where your true purpose is, like when your true calling, right? Because this is what I do, okay? I basically just sit around and ask my clients all day, how can we align what you're feeling and what you're experiencing with like the true calling of your passion and purpose. Let me see, where am I at? Okay, 25 minutes. All right. Let's see. And then lastly, the lunar node eclipses. So we talk about speaking of your passion and your purpose, right? We had like, the lunar node eclipses, which there were three, right? So March had one, end of March, beginning of April 8th, and then October 2nd. And eclipses, I talked about this. They go in pairs, right? You have your opening, grand opening, grand closing type, situation, right? And so we're doing like this dance with the north and south nodes, right? And which are basically like your karmic contracts, right? Those things which you are great at. Those things which you're able to just kind of do in your sleep, and then those things which you have to learn, those things which you're here to learn, and those things which when you learn them, they're going to help you to shift on your path going forward. Okay, and that's why they're important, and that's why I'm talking about them. Okay, again, not an astrologer. Okay, and then if you have any questions, go ahead, put them in the chat. I will answer the questions. Okay, I'm going to take this down because we are no longer talking about the year of the transcendent leader, right? But so we had these three eclipses, and the eclipses were pretty much designed to the north node, eclipses were pretty much designed for like bringing in this relationship, the questions of what are you going to take and what are you not going to take, right? But these, what are the roles going to be? What does commitment look like? How far are you willing to go to get what you want, and how far can we go before total chaos breaks through, right? I think there's and this is where that transcendent leadership kind of comes in, right? Are we able to bring in people who have a different way of thinking about things, and who can we bring those people in and accept that they did not come from a long line of whatever, you know what I mean? A lot of us, we do our thing, like just as spiritual guides and, as consultants, right? And, I've seen where like a lot of like the growth has happened, especially for me. I didn't just say, hey, I wanted to do this, but something happened and then here I was, you know what I mean? Like, which, we'll get into next, but it was like, kind of a here I was, and then, viola, now here I am. I don't know. You know what I mean? It's just, an emergence that kind of has happened. Now, I think that when you have like when we talked about the law of duality, right, where you have like a swing. So when you have like something that swings in one direction, there will be a push back type maneuver into the other direction. So what happens is we end up with like new emerging leaders, people with different mindset, people who have a different way of communicating the topics that we need to hear. And then you end up with like a pull or a pushback into this closed-minded, no, this is not the way it's supposed to go. That's not the way it's supposed to be type energy that kind of, tries to keep closed. So it's like an open, close, type situation that we find ourselves in now, which again is why, the Soulful Creatrix needs a drink at this point. Let me get some water. All right. So yeah, that's that push pull that we're feeling. Um that's that, okay? It's the way that the energy is shifting. So basically this year became in itself this transformative, just energy wise, okay? Just this is transformative. um let's move into a new, but then you have like the old heads, right, trying to keep you pulled back, right? But then you have people who are now emerging and having these passions that need to be expressed. But then you have, the, okay, no, you didn't come up in the way you should come up in order to have the situation that you have, right? You have to go through and do all of these other things first before you can, make this linear progression into this statement that you're making right now. Go to A school, then B school, then C school, then do this and do that, and then we will acknowledge you as this. But that's not how it's going anymore, right? That's not the way it is anymore, right? We again had a whole election where none of it made sense logically. That you would see someone become elected a leader logically, it didn't make sense. I'm just gonna say that. We all know it don't make sense. He even knew it didn't make sense. Okay, none of it made sense. But here we are, not using logic anymore. Okay, so that's basically, the signs of this is how leadership is going to go. You step into the role that was given to you. You take it, follow that passion, move it in, and now voila, Viola, here you are. Okay. Whew, it was a lot. I'm not going to lie. It was a lot, and it's been a lot, and apparently it's going to be a lot just for a little bit longer. Okay, a little bit longer. Things will kind of settle as you begin to feel that your mindset shifts, as you begin to feel that that what is that, like, where sometimes you step into a cold pond, right, like a cold bath, do a cold plunge, and when you do it, that first 3 5 seconds 10 seconds is like, yeah, right. But then you ease in and you're like, okay, all right, this is not that bad, like, I can get through this, okay? And I'm here to say, let's breathe, we can get through this, okay? And again, if you want to, discuss it on a personal level, I'm just happen to know somebody myself who basically was called in to help people with their transformation from just aligning with that Capricornish work, grind, I don't care if you like it or not type energy that we had been so accustomed to, and moving into, let me align with who I am, because that alignment is going to help me help humanity moving forward. Okay. Onward. So I kind of wanted to talk next about how the Soulful Creatrix aligned, evolved over the year. Okay. And I'm saying this to say, okay, ain't nobody on here. Good. Ain't nobody over there. Okay, I was like, I had to make sure I did not like miss a question. Okay, but I'm saying this to say that everybody's movement, everybody's progress, everybody's evolution happens at the time and timing that it's supposed to happen, right? Um, big proponent of divine timing. Okay, I have to be, because if not, I just go crazy. I go crazy, right? It would, truthfully speaking, I would just be insane. Okay, but and I'm not, because I believe in the divine timing. So a lot of things happened in the Soulful Creatrix, that is me, in my business, right? I actually, have the professional, this is what I do. Okay, this is what I do. All right. So I do sound healing, I do energy healing, I hold community sound baths and, workshops to help out, just, my community. And I do this YouTube thingy, okay? I get zero monies from YouTube, okay? Let's just understand this, right? I get like maybe 200, I don't know, 250, 280, I don't know, subscribers on YouTube. I get no money from this, all right? My joy comes from being able to get the things out of my head that need to get out of my head so I can get through the rest of my day. And also this has served as an act of devotion, like I've mentioned so many different times, all right? So that being said, the business portion of what I do typically comes from the community sound baths that I hold, okay? And then also those who find me on YouTube, just like I've opened up my heart space. So if you're seeing this and you want to work with me, come through. You see? It's that type of a thing. And, so I find my clients basically because they find me. All right. I don't really do a lot of advertising, like making ads, you know what I mean? Because 4-6 mental projector, even if I try to make, ads as a projector, I'm just not supposed to. They don't really work out well in my favor. Okay. I really have just kind of been designed to sit around and wait for the invitation to work with people. Okay. I learned that somewhere in the middle of the year. Okay. So I'm going to now show you guys where my YouTube started. All right. Let me see if I can find it. Is it, oh, is it this tab? Okay. Because I did put it up. All right, so I started YouTubing like what is it called? Making live streams. I do the live streams on a weekly basis. I try to do the live streams on a weekly basis. Okay, here's my YouTube. Wait, there is my YouTube. Okay, this is me. And if you're one of the 293 subscribers on my channel right now, thank you. I appreciate you. I love that you allow me to come to your life, even if it, happens every so often. Apparently everybody right now kind of just wants to see me transform my RV, transform my soul space, and I'm fine with that. I wasn't fine with it 20 minutes ago, but I'm fine with it now. I have grown, okay? Grown. Anyway, this is my channel. But if you notice, I have 142 videos, and the first video where I started off actually where I started by creating the Metaphysical Mondays. It started as the authentic creatrix mode. Okay, so when I first started in trick mode, it was back in February, and I'm going to basically pull up just a little piece so that you can see. It was February 27th. February 27th was an interesting day for me. I remember because I believe that was one of the last days that I spent in my office. Like, I was working for, the government. So I think this was one of my last days working in the government. Was it 27th? Hold on, was it? Gosh, where it was? It was this one. Okay. That I spent the last days working in the office. So here we are. Okay. And there I am. Okay. Newly, freshly talked into mentally taking this plunge, taking the plunge into full-on Soulful Creatrix mode, being the Soulful Creatrix, 100% helping others on their transformations, working with sound and energy and vibration to bring in the aligned self for other people. There I was. I just kind of wanted to share that, there I was. It has 7 views, okay? So I know none of y'all have seen it, which is why I'm showing it to you now, okay? There it is. You don't even have to go back and look at it, because basically what happened is I spend, a lot of my day just kind of rehashing where I go on this journey. But yeah, there have been so many of these. I went into authentic creatrix mode, and then we kind of moved into Metaphysical Mondays. Okay, so these are all of the live streams that I have done, okay, up to and including where we are right now. Okay, so that is where we are. I'm kind of trying to catch you up, but let me talk about some of the things that we talked about here, okay, in each of these, because that's not even including just like my regular videos, okay, which apparently everybody wants to only see me transform RV, okay, and I'm fine. I'm growing fine with it, okay. Everybody wants to see me transform an RV that I got, the RV that I got that I'm turning into my creatrix space, okay. Cool. I'm going to keep transforming my RV, okay, especially now that I have my soul space up. But yeah, I've done this many videos, okay, and most of these happened this year. Let me see. I want to say, yeah, these starting from here. So all of these happened this year. Okay. So I feel like I did a lot. I did much. I did mucho. Yo hice mucho. Okay, when it came to creating the videos, creating the content. So what did we talk about? We talked about the universal laws. Okay, I talked about Pluto's placements and how they help you with your self-limiting beliefs. I talked about Chiron's placement and how finding that helps you with knowing what you're here to heal in yourself and heal in others. Okay, I talked about using sound and vibrational energy and several different ways, because that's kind of what I do. Okay. I've talked about the beginnings of, because I don't really just like jump into the endings of soul alchemy and using alchemy in your life to create or co-create the life that you want. I've talked about the universal energy field. I've talked about, no, I haven't talked about the universal energy field. No, I did. I talked about the luminous energy field. That's what I talked about. Which is crazy. It was just last week. You would think I remember. I've talked about just the journey of moving into this mode of being this person who helps others, being a soulpreneur, 100%. It's been a lot. It's been hard. I am not gonna lie. It has been hard. It has been insane. The journey has been crazy. I have learned so much about myself. I have learned so much about people, because now I basically spend my time on the research and on the feeling and on the work. Okay, so that's pretty much what I do. I basically took my services and I put them into new categories that actually made sense. So, sound healing and energy healing. I have several different ways that I do both of those, right? I do, community and one-on-one, just, sound baths, right? Taking the tuning forks and vibra-tuning to a different level and helping people just with pains and aches, anxiety, sleep, just by using the tuning forks. And then the energy healing portion of it, I've totally loved that. I've enjoyed the energy healing portion of it. Let me see if I can find. I feel like, let me see. Let me see if it comes up here. Oh yeah, this is me. Thank you. That's me. All right. And I feel like this is, just something that has, just kind of transpired for me. You know what I mean? This idea that I can do and use and be those things that I was supposed to have, or that I already had in me, that I should have been doing, being and using for years, right? But we go through these, these times where we're like, oh, I need to make this happen, or this has to be, you know what I mean? Like, we go through these things, and we're like, yeah, I have to be able to do this, I have to make this much money, I have to, and you're like, do you know what I mean? Does it have to be the way that you think it has to be? Like, it has to, it's supposed to be the supposed of it all? Does it have to be like that? These are the questions that I have been given myself and just kind of rolling through, and I'm basically rambling through it right now. I am basically, rambling through it right now because it's a lot for me still to, process. But at the same time, I feel like it's, it's getting better. I'm definitely getting, to where I'm on like the, okay, I have understood it as, it just is what it is. And that should have been the mantra. Like, it just is what it is. These things just are what they are, and I just am what I am. And people that present to me are just presenting who they are at that time. You know what I mean? Like, that's just where I am right now. It's kind of like a flowy, freely, like, Asia, you're not making any sense type feeling. And I'm like, yeah, because it's really hard to kind of put into words. It is. I've had several clients who have expressed to me just their abilities to expand on finding, that heart space, and using that heart space to transform how they're living their lives. I've loved that. And then, like, this morning, I was looking at my Google reviews, and I don't know how to reply. Like, Google's like, reply to your reviews. And I'm like, I don't know how to reply. When someone tells me that, or I see that I was able to affect them in a way that helped them to transform their life, which is what I'm here to do. Like, this is what I do. But when they write it and then I get to see it, I'm like, I don't know. I don't know how to respond. I don't know how to reply to that. It's just, I don't know. I'm still, trying to figure out, how does one respond when, someone says these things? Because the reason that I do it is because I have to. Like, it was like, if I don't do what I'm doing right now, it's wrong. You know what I mean? It feels wrong, I don't know if you have that in you, where there's like, if you don't do this thing that you feel like you're supposed to be doing, like that you were created to do, and if you start doing it, and then the feedback comes, yeah, bitch, that's good, I like that. How do you respond? I don't know. I have yet to figure that out. I mean, I'm halfway on the spectrum. So just being able to respond in kind to people when they say things to me is already just kind of hard. So there's that. And again, we are at 48 minutes. I'm counting the time that I went down. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to count. I don't know. Should I count it? I don't know, because I was down for like a minute or two. I don't know. But if you have a question, if you're wanting to have, an energy reading done, if you're wanting to kind of discuss how the energy went for you this year on this 8 year, it was just a crazy year. But that's where I was. Like, so, I have new clients, and now I'm seeing people in specific realms. So, putting packages together where someone says, I have this issue, and I'm able to now put together guidance, like talk, consultative, help with an actual embodying in-person, physical help, and combining those two. I don't know how many people are out there doing it. And if you're doing it, I would love to talk to you, because I am like, there wasn't a like a book or a manual on how to just go forward and live in your aligned life, right? I'm just trying to help those who are doing the same thing that I'm doing, trying to go forward and live an aligned life. You know what I mean? Whew. It's been a lot. It was a lot. I this year was crazy. Anyway, if you're interested in any of those type of things, any of those sound healing, energy healing, spiritual guidance, uh, come find me. Okay, I'm running a promotion right now. I think maybe this is a good time to tell you. I am running a promotion. You have to book your session between between now and, no, not tonight, January 1st. Right? So I think today's the 30th. So you have 2 days. January 1st at midnight, I think, is the last day that the promotion runs. Okay. And that's for all of my services. So that includes virtual services. So if you're seeing this and you don't live where I live, but you still want to work with me, my Divine Path reading, which is my flagship, I've put together this way of communicating ancestrally with human design, adding some tarot. Like, I've basically combined all of the things that I do into this one huge thing. It lasts about 60 to 75 minutes. There you go. It lasts about 60 to 75 minutes. And it's basically a blueprint that helps you to figure out where your next steps are, and how they're going to align, like how your next steps that you take, you can take those steps knowing whether or not they're going to be in alignment, right? And our goal is always to be in alignment, but you can take steps knowing that they're not going to be in alignment, right? But like, okay, I know for a fact that we already talked about this, it ain't going to be in alignment, but I'm going to do it anyway. And I'll be like, oh, I'd like to see how that works. I'm interested just like you are. Let me go get my popcorn, and that's what I do. Right? That's online. It's virtual. We would basically kind of just set up, and I would go through your charts and talk you through the blueprint for wherever you are now versus, and move you forward in life. That's my thing. And that's 20% off. That's even 20% off is what I'm trying to say. So originally I wasn't even giving that as a part of the 20% off. It was only going to be the in-person stuff, the mini, Divine Path reading, which is also awesome. People, call me up, one question, we go through it, 20 to 30 minutes. Okay. I'm still using it as a way to keep myself going. 20 to 30 minutes. All right. One question, maybe about love, maybe about your career, maybe about a decision that you're trying to make. 20 minutes, 30 minutes, in, out, bingo, bango, done. You know what I mean? But then, yeah, even my in-person sessions, sound, the tuning forks, the shamanic energy healing that I do, 20% off. So again, if you're interested and you're seeing this, I can work with you if we align. And the best way to find out if we align is to text me or to email me at this point, okay, to get that discount. You can't just go in, like you can just go in on my site and book an appointment, okay, but that's not going to get you the discount. I'm saying that because there's only 2 days left for it, today, tomorrow, and Wednesday, right? So time is kind of the essence, all right? And I would rather make sure that we talked so that I know that we align before you go in and make the appointment. But you can make an appointment by yourself. Look, I'm not going to stop you. You want to make an appointment by yourself, make the appointment by yourself. All right. So where are we on this? That was it. That was basically, the ability to create community sound baths. Amy at Herbs and Earth has been pivotal. Okay. We did a sound bath 2 to 3 Sundays every month this year. All right. And I think that there was only one, or maybe one, I can't remember now because, like I said, time doesn't really work well for me. But maybe one time where there was less than 5 people at the sound bath. So I feel like every single time that we have a sound bath, we're growing together, the community grows, we talk afterwards, we drink tea afterwards, we kind of just like blend into, like, our energies align, and this is an awesome feeling, and it's just like great, you know what I mean? And you get to sleep during the sound bath. It's like, like, I don't know how many people out there are like, hey, this is what I do, I try to make people fall asleep on a Sunday, but I am the reverend who allows you to sleep on Sunday, and you don't get that too often. I feel you're welcome. Okay. I've had clients who, like, they said, after the sound bath, that they've never felt that before. And I love it. You know what I mean? But I don't know how to reply. I don't know how to reply. This is great. I'm so glad. Like, it all I can do is just like hug my heart space and be like, thank you. Thank you for coming, and thank you for allowing me to do what I need to do in order for me to align and fulfill my passion, my purpose. More my purpose than my passion, okay? Because there are some days where I'm not really passionate about it, but it's always my purpose. You call me up, I'm like, oh, I'm in, like, I'm back in creatrix mode, So there's that. Let's see. So 2025, it's going to be, what it is, basically. A 9-year tends to be more of the, like, emergence of, like, the birth of it all, right? So that's the 2025 that we're kind of like stepping into, and I'm looking forward to stepping into it with you by your side. Like, let's just do this, like, I get excited by it. So my favorite moments from Metaphysical Mondays, I think, would be when I'm sitting on the floor in my living room with the dogs, and I'm just kind of talking through what has happened that week for me spiritually and metaphysically. Okay. I do enjoy that I have now created, like, a structure. We have a topic most times, right? I love when people come on and then they ask questions, and then I get to do the energy reading. I love that. That is always fun. And I'm looking forward to having guests. So next year, my goal is more guests, so that it's not just me sitting here talking, and finding a nighttime edition. I want to do, like, Metaphysical Mondays after dark type edition, right? Like, I don't know if it'll be on a Monday, because it may not be on Mondays. That doesn't make any sense, right? Just for me, calendar wise, it won't make sense. But maybe Freedom Fridays after dark or something. I don't know, but look forward, okay? Because I've now put it out there and I've now said it, and as someone who manifests by voice, there it is. Okay. So I'm definitely looking forward to, like, an after dark live stream. Maybe not so happy and rainbows and sunshine and lollipops as, I mean, this isn't, but it could be, I don't know. We'll see. And more guests. I definitely want to have guests. So, which means I would have to change my time, because honestly, not many people can watch me on a Monday. And I did that on purpose. I get it. I know I did it on purpose. Okay. Nobody can watch on a Monday at noon. I know. I did it. It was for me. It was to help me out. Okay. Now I've kind of gotten in a groove. I can move forward. I've done these now about 48 to 52 of them, once a week. So I can move forward now, and we'll see. So I'm looking forward to that. If, I'm definitely wanting to do some guest appearances, some collaborations. I'm so thankful to Amy for, allowing me to use the Herbs and Earth here in West Palm Beach to do sound baths on Sundays that I do. It's become this thing that people look forward to, and it's become a part of some people's lives. And I'm so thankful and happy that that's, that's where we've gone. Oh, wow. Bill Clinton just said hello to me. I don't know. I don't know what to say about that, but I'm going to say hello, Bill Clinton. Um, that's very odd. I'm gonna go with it because we were just talking about transcendent leaders, and so there you go. I'm gonna go with that. But yeah, I look forward to getting to do this more in the future, and expanding and seeing what happens, and like kind of growing with it. I feel like that's really all I have. I would give the energy update. Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna give it. Okay, so basically where we went this week, energy wise, and I said I was gonna do the weather update. So hold on, let me go on and find it. The weather update for this week, and this week goes December 30th through January 5th. And if you have questions between now and when let me see the next energy update. There we are. All right. So what we had this week, we have Sun in gate 38, okay, which is like this fighter, right? And then the fighter. And then we have the Earth in gate 39, which is provocation. All right. So we have this I'm going to stand strong in who I am. I'm going to fight. I don't care. 10 toes down type energy. Okay. And then we also have this let me try to provoke that provocation gate, right? So the Earth is like the embodiment, right, of of the energy, right? How we're embodying it, and we embody it and how to make it go better for us, right? Anyway, so if we have this fighter, bruh, I don't care, I'm here, I brought my boys, I brought my girls, let's go, 10 toes down, all day, every day, on site type energy about who we are, right? About this is what I believe and this is how it is, right? And then we have this, provoking, let's, get into action type energy embodying it. Okay. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, calm down. Okay. I'm gonna be like, look, just calm down. All right. Because right now you probably feel like you can just get some shit done. You're like, yeah, New Year's coming, new year, new you, on site, all day, telling everybody how I feel. It's this type of energy. Okay. We need to make sure that we stay in alignment with our type and authority, okay? But also our authority and strategy, our type and strategy is what I'm trying to say, and authority, but also know if what you are fighting for is truly worth it, because it might not be. It might just feel good, okay? So know that what you're ready to go 10 toes down on, is it really worth it? And some of us have this whole idea of something being actually right, and it ain't right. It ain't right. We just think that it might be, but it ain't, So you basically want to balance. You want to focus on your goals. You want to be flexible, okay? And you want to take that energy, that fight energy, and put it towards one of your goals. That's where we're going with this. Put it towards one of your goals. Not towards a person, not towards an idea, not towards something ethereal. A goal that you have, that's something that you have been wanting. We're going to put that energy towards that. All right. And that's basically the energy for this week. That's December 30th, January 5th. I'll come through next week with a new one. Okay. I have sound bath on January 4th. Come find me. All right. Come find me. Oh, wait, is it January 5th? Yeah, I think I have sound bath on January 5th. It's a Sunday. I have sound bath this Sunday. I think it's January 5th. Anyway, come find me. If you're in Northwood area, if you're in West Palm Beach area, if you're in Palm Beach County, just come find me. It's fine. We're gonna have first sound bath of the year. I think it's gonna be great. I promised us to be able to go up and out, because this week Yesterday we went down and grounded because I knew that we were going to be flying off the handle with this energy. I wanted us to be grounded and embodied. So that's where we went. Okay. So the sound bath, that promotion goes until January 1st at midnight. So find me. The information is in the description. I believe that there is an Instagram post that has a phone number and an email on it. You can find me, make your appointment at 20% off. Okay. You don't have to make the appointment for between now and Wednesday. You just have to book the appointment by Wednesday. So you can make an appointment all the way up until January 15th, I think it is. And as long as you've made your appointment by January 1st. It's been a crazy year, y'all. I'm excited that it's over. I like it when it's over. I like change. I like to see what's happening next year. Could be great. I am, again, Asia, the Soulful Creatrix. I am wishing you nothing but love and peace and many continued blessings and a happy new